everyone knows karate, right? I mean, it's like everywhere.
Oh,
Movies, TV shows, you name it.
right.
You always see someone in that white uniform.
Yeah, the gi.
Yeah, the gi throwing these crazy, powerful punches and kicks.
That's iconic, yeah.
It is. But there's so much more to it than just, breaking boards and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
a whole,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
that's a whole philosophy, isn't it?
It is, and that's what we're going to dig into today.
Great.
We've got Mas Oyama's Essential Karate.
Oh, cool.
This is translated by Tomoko Murakami and Jeffrey Kuzminer.
Okay.
It's got illustrations and photographs by Toshiki Morishita and Kodansha Ltd.
Right.
We're looking at the second printing from 1979
Oh, wow, okay.
by Sterling Publishing Co. Inc.
So this is like a classic text then.
It's going back to like the core principles of karate. All right, so yeah, Mas Oyama, like right off the bat in the foreword,
Yeah.
he really emphasizes that karate is about more than just the physical techniques.
Oh, for sure. He talks about developing the body, but also the spirit,
yeah.
like aiming for this unity
Yeah, a real unity.
of mind and body.
That's key.
Yeah, it's about building confidence, being alert, like all the time, speed, coordination, and like inner calmness too.
It is. It's a total approach.
Yeah.
You're not just learning how to, punch and kick.
Right.
You're learning how to be.
Right, yeah.
And one thing that's interesting here is this real emphasis on the long game.
Okay.
Like he makes it clear that mastering this it's not going to be quick.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. It
Yeah.
takes years of really dedicated practice.
Right, yeah.
So it's a self-improvement thing, but it touches everything.
Right. And the book itself is like structured to take us on that journey,
It lays it all out.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. When you look at the contents,
Mm-hmm.
it's so comprehensive.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about how the hands and arms are used like weapons.
Right.
Some preliminary exercises, which sound pretty important. Yeah, they're key.
The whole art of defense, or yuk.
Hmm.
The kicking techniques, oigiri.
Okay.
This really interesting concept of point and circle
Yeah.
when it comes to movement.
By how you actually move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get into the kata, which are like those forms,
Right.
and kumite, which is sparring.
Right.
We'll even look at tameshiwari, which is breaking stuff.
Yeah.
Self-defense, fitness, even diet and competition karate.
Wow.
Like this is...
It's the whole thing.
It's everything.
It's the essence.
Yeah.
Laid out.
So we're going to start right at the beginning,
Okay.
and we're going to look at how these hands and arms are developed and used like actual weapons.
Okay, let's get into that.
All right, so the book details these really fundamental hand techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one, they really highlight this. It's called the seiken,
Okay.
which they say is like the strongest and most effective fist.
That's your normal fist.
Yeah, like your regular fist.
It's used for your basic thrusting punches.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got your Jodan-tsuki for the upper body, Shudan-tsuki for the middle, and then Gedan-tsuki for the lower body.
Okay.
But forming this fist correctly
Yeah,
seems to be like super critical.
it is. It is.
You bend all four fingers in really tight.
Mm-hmm.
Thumb comes over the first two knuckles of your index and middle fingers.
Yeah, so it's protecting those.
Yeah. And the point of impact is with those first two knuckles.
Right.
What I thought was interesting is they really recommend that beginners just focus on mastering this first.
Yeah, they say it's the safest
Yeah.
to train and develop that foundation.
You're not hurting yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can move on from there.
Okay, so the next one is the new kite,
Okay.
or like the piercing hand.
All right.
And this one looks pretty different.
Yeah.
Your fingers are all held together, but they're not bent back.
Oh, okay.
And this is really important, apparently. Main targets here are the stomach and the throat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they say that a blow to the solar plexus
Which is like that nerve center.
in the abdomen.
Yeah, can cause unconsciousness.
Oh, wow.
And then obviously an attack to the throat is really dangerous.
For sure. Very sensitive area.
Yeah. Now, there is a variation where the fingers are held slightly bent,
Okay.
and that's used for roundhouse pulls.
So it's the same principle,
Yeah.
but just adapted
Yeah.
a little bit.
Okay, so then we've got the toho,
Okay.
or the sword peak hand.
All right.
So this is where your thumb is extended way out
Yeah.
to the side, away from the rest of your hand. It's like a wedge shape.
Right.
The main target here is the throat.
Okay, so it's really focused.
Yeah, it seems like a very precise
Yeah.
kind of attack.
You're concentrating that force
Yeah.
on a small area.
Right. Okay, so next we've got the hiken,
Okay.
or the flat fist.
Yeah. This is where you bend your fingers at the second joint. So like that middle knuckle.
Yeah.
But the tips of your fingers don't actually touch your palm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're hitting with those first knuckles
Right.
closest to your fingertips.
Gotcha.
And they say the targets here are the ear, which they actually say can cause a ruptured eardrum.
Ooh, okay.
Neck, throat, and face.
So they're all delicate areas.
Yeah.
You could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they even say that there's potential for injury if it's not executed properly.
Yeah. So you really have to know what you're doing.
So then we come to the koken, which is the arc fist.
Okay.
For this one, you bend your wrist forward
Mm-hmm.
and you put your thumb at the base of your middle finger.
Okay.
And you're striking with that exposed, bony outer portion of your wrist.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Targets here are the spleen, the face, and the jaw.
Oof. Yeah.
They even say you can attack from various angles with this.
So it's a versatile technique.
Yeah, very adaptable. Okay, so those are some of the really core...
Yeah, those are the basics.
Yeah, hand and arm techniques.
That's fundamentals.
Yeah. But before you even start throwing these punches,
Yeah.
they really stress that you have to have this physical foundation.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you got to be ready for it.
Yeah. And then there are these preliminary exercises that they talk about.
Yeah, it's like building a house.
Right.
You need a strong foundation.
Okay, so one of them is a knee exercise.
Okay.
You bend your knees really deep, hold them with both hands,
Okay.
and you rotate them to the left and right.
Okay.
And this is to improve flexibility in the knee joint
Which makes sense.
for jumping and kicking.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you've got a heel and ankle exercise.
Okay.
You lift one foot at a time,
Mm-hmm.
rotate your heel in a circular motion,
Okay.
and that's about improving your turning ability.
So agility.
Yeah, and making sure your ankles are nice and strong.
Yeah. Which you need
Yeah.
for all that pivoting and stuff.
All right, so then we get into uki,
Okay.
which is the art of defense.
Blocking, right?
The blocking. But it's really interesting how Mas Oyama frames it.
Okay.
It's not just passively absorbing below.
Right.
It's about acting confidently.
It's about winning.
Yeah, like you're going to win
Yeah.
every fight.
Yeah.
Defensive techniques are the first step to attacking.
That's interesting.
It's not just about blocking.
Yeah.
It's about being ready to go.
It's like a setup
Yeah.
to your own attack.
Okay, so then he goes through some examples of defense against hand attacks.
Okay.
So like blocking a chudansuki,
Uh-huh.
which is that middle body thrust,
Yeah.
with a shite,
Oh, okay.
which is a thrust using the heel of your palm.
So you're deflecting it.
Yeah, you're redirecting that force.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then there's using tekatana,
Which is the...
that's the hand sword,
Oh, right, right.
like the blade of your hand,
Yeah.
to block a punch coming from the outside. And then you can also use the shote again,
Okay.
but this time from above.
Oh, so different angle.
Yeah, yeah.
To block the punch.
You can also block a punch with tekatana cake.
Take a ton of K. What is that?
That's the hand sword hook.
Oh, okay.
It's similar to that regular tekatana block from the outside, but your wrist is turned inwards.
Okay.
So your palm is facing down.
Gotcha. So it's like you're hooking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's using the koken,
Which is the...
that arc fist,
Oh, right.
to block a punch coming from the outside.
Okay.
And they actually say you can do koken blocks from above and below.
So again, it's adaptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one is hirakami,
Eroticami. Okay.
which is described as a flat hands grasp.
Okay.
But it's interesting because they specifically say that it's actually used as a block.
So it's not really grabbing.
No.
It's more about
It's about intercepting and controlling.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from defense, we get into oigari,
Okay.
which are like your lunge kicks.
All right. So the kicks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they detail a bunch of different variations.
Okay.
The first one is oimagari,
Ray McGarry.
which is the front lunge kick.
Okay.
Starts with a sweeping motion of the lower body called hidari gadambarai.
Hidari Gadambarai.
And as you're doing that, you kick forward with your right leg,
Okay.
aiming for the opponent's chest.
Right.
They say it's really important to bring the kicking leg down gently
Oh, yeah.
to keep your balance.
To protect yourself
Yeah.
and be ready for the next move.
And practice alternating between left and right legs.
Yeah. Got to be able to do both sides.
Then you've got oimagari age,
Okay.
which is the front lunge upper kick.
All right.
So basically the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
but aiming higher.
So the face or the head?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Next is oyokajiri age,
Oyoko Jerry age.
the side lunge upper kick.
Not great.
This one starts from the horse stance, or kibatachi. You pivot 180 degrees
Wow.
and do a side kick with your right leg.
Okay, so you're really
Well,
turning into it.
yeah.
Eh.
And again,
Alternate.
alternating legs, bringing that leg down nice and controlled.
Yeah, yeah.
We also have the oimawashi giri,
Oimawashi Gary.
the roundhouse lunge kick.
Okay.
You start from that front lunge kick position
Mm-hmm.
and move your right leg forward in a circle.
Okay.
bringing it around to hit the opponent's jaw
Right.
with the ball of your foot, or the nakaashi,
The nakaashi.
and alternate legs.
Yeah.
And then finally, for the lunge kicks,
Okay.
we've got waishigatana,
Wait, ashigatana.
the lunge foot sword.
Okay.
This one begins from a half-horse stance, or hankibatachi.
Okay.
You pivot 180 degrees,
Right.
and then do a foot sword kick to the side with your right leg.
Okay.
Again, alternating legs.
Gotcha.
So this next section is called the point and circle.
Okay. Interesting.
A lot of people think of karate as very linear movements.
Yeah. Straight lines.
Yeah, but the book actually argues that effective karate techniques use circular motions a lot.
Oh,
Not just punches, but blocks and sweeps.
that makes sense.
Yeah, they say the further you are from the center of a circular motion, the more centrifugal force you generate.
So like a whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a punch or a block that's circular can be way more powerful
Wow, that's cool.
than just a straight movement.
It's like physics
Yeah.
applied to martial arts.
They even use photographs
Okay.
to show this, but we don't have those visuals.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
But I get the idea.
So it's not all straight lines.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, it's about understanding this rotational energy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so then the book moves into kata,
Okay.
which we said are those prearranged movements.
Yeah, like the forms.
Yeah, and they go through several different examples.
Okay.
Like Taikyoku 1 and 3, Hien 4 and 5,
Okay.
and Saiha.
All right.
And then they talk about Kumite, which is sparring. They talk about all these different preparatory stances and different levels of sparring practice,
Right.
from one-step drills all the way to free-flowing exchanges.
So you're taking those techniques
Yeah.
and actually applying them
Yeah.
in a more realistic setting.
So then we get to the part that a lot of people associate with karate right away.
Yeah.
Tameshiwari,
Breaking stuff.
breaking stuff like
Yeah.
wood, tiles, bricks,
Oh, yeah?
even stone.
Wow.
But what they really emphasize is that this isn't about showing off or causing destruction.
It's not just about power.
Yeah.
It's about control, too.
Yeah, it's about gauging your strength,
Right.
your technique,
Okay.
and your mental discipline.
It's a test of everything.
It requires crazy balance,
Yeah.
concentration, a strong spirit, and calmness under pressure.
So it's mental and physical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So they go into some of the key aspects of this.
Okay.
They talk about the materials used, like wood breaks, easiest along the grain.
Okay.
Harder or denser materials are harder to break, obviously.
Makes sense.
And then natural rock is like the toughest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they also talk about the contact area
Yeah.
of your body, like where you hit.
Yeah.
That should be as small and sharp as possible.
To really focus the force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also talk about the importance of power and the striking angle.
Okay.
Obviously, strength is important, but they say speed is crucial.
So it's not just about being big and strong. It's
Okay.
about being fast, too.
Yeah, and the most efficient strike is perpendicular to the object.
Right. So like a 90-degree angle.
Yeah. They then outline 3 different methods of doing this.
Okay.
You can support the object on 2 raised supports.
Right.
You can use a solid base with an anvil,
Okay.
or you can rest the object directly on your palm over an anvil,
Wow.
maybe with a towel for cushioning.
Right. Right.
But they say that the first method, the 2 supports,
Yeah.
is the hardest because it's not so stable.
It's wobbly.
Yeah, exactly. So then there's a whole section on fitness exercises.
Okay.
They really emphasize the importance of overall conditioning.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and they have all these different exercises.
Non-common stuff.
Everything.
Yeah.
Like basic body weight stuff.
Okay.
Exercises using chairs and towels.
Chairs and towels.
Yeah. Then more specialized training
Okay.
using the Makiwara striking board,
Oh, right.
sandbags,
Okay.
even baseball mitts
Oh, wow.
for striking.
Interesting.
There's also bushigeri, which is kicking a suspended object.
Okay.
Shishakubo, which is like a weighted staff.
Gotcha.
Barbells. Sashi, which are stone weights.
Stone weights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tetsugata, which
Wow.
are iron sandals.
Iron sandals.
Yeah, to strengthen your legs.
Wow, that's intense.
And then like the bridge, handstands.
Oh, okay. So body weight stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then this category called them amazing body exercises.
Amazing body exercises. What are those?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Okay.
And tumbling drills.
So it's like a full body workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just about learning the techniques. You got to be strong and flexible.
Right.
And have good endurance.
You gotta be in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally, they give a glimpse into specific high-end kata,
Okay.
focusing on high-end 4 and 5.
Right.
For high-end 4, the starting stance is fudodachi,
Fudodachi. Okay.
which is like a really firm, ready stance.
Okay.
And they go over some of the key movements,
Like what?
like a double hand sword block,
Okay.
an elbow thrust,
Right.
a back fist strike.
Gotcha.
And then for high end 5,
Mm-hmm.
it starts in a ready stance.
Yeah.
But then it transitions to kokutsudachi,
Kokutsudachi.
which is a back stance.
Okay.
And it includes things like a middle body block,
Mm-hmm.
a middle body thrust,
Okay.
and a lower body X block.
Right.
What I thought was interesting is they point out that there's a kai-ai.
Oh, the shout.
Yeah, in high end 5. So that's like that focused, spirited shout.
It's not just yelling.
No, it's about focusing your energy.
Channeling your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we wrap this up,
Yeah.
exploring Mas Oyama's work
Mm-hmm.
really shows that karate is way more than just those punches and kicks you see in a movie.
Oh, yeah. It's deep.
It's this whole
It's
system.
a whole way of life almost.
It is. It's about developing your physical abilities, mental discipline, focus,
Yeah.
inner strength.
Totally.
We went through all the hand and arm techniques.
Right.
Those preliminary exercises.
They're crucial.
Super important.
Yeah.
The art of defense.
Blocking, but also attacking.
Yeah. Those kicking methods. That point and circle idea.
Using circular motion.
Yeah. The structured practice of kata,
Right.
sparring,
Right.
breaking techniques.
Yeah.
The importance of fitness.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But it all fits together.
Yeah.
It's holistic.
And his philosophy really comes through. Like, it's about self-development.
Yeah.
It's a lifelong thing.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just physical.
No.
It's mental. It's spiritual.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes you think, like, they put so much emphasis on these powerful strikes,
Yeah.
but also being so precise.
Control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other areas of life
Right.
could benefit from that kind of thinking?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. Food for thought.
Definitely. All right. That's our deep dive
Into essential karate.
into essential karate.
Very cool.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.